It has been said that democracy is the worst form of government except all the others that have been tried, meaning the democracy or the democratic form of government, society, rule, state actually has also always been considered and regarded as one of the most difficult, complex, chaotic, dangerous, and even worst forms of governments in the world. But those people have not realized and come to the conclusion and identification and understanding that there are even governments and rules that are obviously and directly worse than any democracy in the world has ever had been or ever could be. So there is dictatorship, communism, and fascism, and other authoritarian rules that is nightmare, danger, death in itself. And absolute stagnation happens there. No one grows, progress, learns anything at all in dictatorship, fascism, atheism, and nihilism. But then again, democracy in that sense has always been one of the most virtuous, open ended, liberal, and significant, important, relevant forms of government in the world that's popularized by the Greek philosophers Plato and Aristotle, that again has made its way into the modern politics. So, democracy is not only inevitable but also important, indisputable, and relevant. It is going to be so in the future also, because without democracy, there is no freedom, significance, growth, progress, learning at all. We need democracy. We need people for, of, and by the uh, basically people, the government. And people are always going to criticize and critique democracy until unless they are faced with that which is absolutely worst nightmare. That is dictatorship, communism, fascism, and other worse rules than that. So obviously, people are going to think and say all they want because they don't want to value and attribute a lot of significance, virtue, importance to democracy that it already is. So obviously, democracy has always been important. It can be considered to be the foundation, cornerstone of liberty, freedom, expression, speech. But the other forms of government do not allow all these basically rights and expressions to even happen or take place because that poses a direct threat and endangers the government, the rule, the leadership. So democracy in that sense is the only government that still makes sense, but the modern democracy is hijacked, penetrated, corrupted by bureaucracy, capitalism, globalism, by the ruling elite, by the ruling class in the society that is rich, powerful, influential, that buys politicians